So Sonnie Badu is also in the news, and he believes that Michael Blackson's recent social media rants about his investments have damaged Ghana's international reputation. Now, he was actually on GH1, and here's what he said, and I quote, he says, "You just read what Michael Blackson said happened to him. This guy is an international figure, and everything he says carries a lot of weight. What he has done has damaged Ghana big time. This is what he is going to do. It is telling everybody, don't go and invest in Ghana. Again, this is Africa. It is not just happening in Ghana. It's happening everywhere where people think about their pockets first before impact. Where people don't envision the future, they want it now. When you go to the white man's land, they plan 50 years ahead, and even if they don't benefit, they will rather their children come to benefit," he said. As I said, there were a series of posts on X by the comedian Blackson expressing his frustration over the financial loss he incurred while investing in Ghana, particularly for a school he established to support talented but underprivileged students in his hometown. I have been actively involved with that particular project, and that's how I even met him. The first time I met him, it has always been his dream to put out something like that, and he even intended on doing one in Nigeria and another one in Liberia. So I hope one day he doesn't compare the three countries, because if this has happened, and as I said, this is not just a topic for you and I, Kwame, or Edem, but it's for Ghanaians. And so I believe that we've all seen the post. We've all heard what is going on. We know what is happening around us. So I want you to think very well. And we'll activate the phone lines, because we also want your thoughts on this. So you can call us and also share with us 0548-841-039. But before that, we'll speak to Kwame, we'll speak to Edem with regards to this topic, and then you can also come in to share. And if you cannot call me, you can still send me a message. Just drop the comments via our social media pages or our WhatsApp number, and I'll read it here on the show. Good morning, Kwame.
Good morning, Doreen.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you. Usually on a Friday like this, I know you'll be relaxing somewhere, but today, dear,
I decided to just enter.
Yes, and I'm happy you're here.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and I'm sure you've been following closely on this particular issue, Michael Blackson. I mean, after all those posts and the death threats, I think we haven't really heard anything from government or anything with regards to this. But so far, your opinion or your thoughts on it? Let's take it from Badu side.
Okay, it's unfortunate, but this same Michael Blackson, to me, I've always seen him on social media promoting Ghana, telling people about how good Ghana is, how peaceful the place is, how fun the place is. Even in his series of tweets, he mentioned that. So when it comes to the impact his utterances have on Ghana, he's one person who has done greatly in that regard. If you are weighing both sides, as in how his rants, quote unquote, on social media are going to affect prospects of other people coming into the country to invest, I would agree in that regard. Yes, it might, inform people's decision as whether coming in or not. But this is the same person who has also promoted the country in years past. So what changed? You can't decide to people how they should react to issues. This is somebody whose investment is just going down the drains. So are you saying you should have kept quiet? Is it the first time we're hearing anybody or any negative news about Ghana going out? And must we suppress anything that is negative about Ghana just because we think it will create or paint a very bad picture about the country to the outside world? No. Even we as journalists, we usually report everything, good, bad, ugly, about government, about governance. And so are you saying that all the things we write about the poor governance systems, things that don't go well in this country, all the things we write about them, people outside of the country don't see that? Is it only Michael Blackson's tweets that is going to, discourage people from coming into the country to invest? No. But I am happy that he did that, because, we live in a country where we are always taken for granted. Sometimes you need somebody to shake the system. Let them know if truly the leaders believe in Michael Blackson's, the weight he has and how influential he is, then they're going to act on what he said. Because he's just one person out of the many people who have suffered this Eurobond, debacle, if you like. Just one person out of them. And now, because he is very influential, Sonnie Badu is weighing in on that and saying that, okay, that might maybe affect our fortunes as in the people coming in to invest. Mind you, in the tweets that Michael Blackson posted, he even mentioned in one of them that he was advised not to come and invest.
Yep. But he still went ahead too.
That should tell you that if you are in leadership in this country, you are in government, there are people outside who know how you behave, how you go about your businesses and your dealings. In one breath, the country is inviting people to come into the country. Come to Ghana and invest. It is year of return beyond the return. And when you come here, we have an environment to make you thrive, to make your business thrive. But the same people who are inviting, diasporans and foreigners to come into the country are mismanaging the economy. So, yes, even though I agree with Sonnie Badu, about the impact of Michael's tweets, I also agree the other side of it, as in this going a long way to put some pressure on the policy makers, the decision makers, to do the right things. We can't always sit, you talk about the things on radio, on TV, and people think that you are talking too much. They think that you belong to this party or that party. At a point in time when you think there is a very serious issue to talk about, and people will tag you that you belong to maybe the opposition just because you are bashing the government. But somebody's investment is gone.
It's gone.
So why should he just sit quietly? And mind you, again, he writes in the quote that he spoke to somebody who is higher in government, and the person could say was sorry.
Sorry, Sese.
And in this country, when somebody does something wrong and the person says sorry, that is it.
That's it.
Sorry doesn't bring back investment.
No.
It doesn't. So instead of us as a people sitting down and, righting the wrongs and making sure we create a very conducive environment for business people to come and invest, we are thinking about what Michael Blackson's tweet is going to do to the image of this country. Reputation. He mentions reputation.
Yep.
What reputation is that? What reputation? Which one is that?
Which one?
Do we have any? If we are measuring Ghana's reputation outside, what would be the percentage? Reputation in terms of what business, investing in Ghana, reputation in terms of being nice to people when you come into the country. Yes, when you come in here, we are very hospitable. We are very nice to people.
Very nice.
But what systems do we have for people who are coming to invest?
I will not even advise any friend too.
Yeah, so if we are free, if we encourage people to say the good things about the country, if we are free to project Ghana to the world, why can't we also say the wrong things, the negative things? We need to balance the equation. It's simple as that. Michael Blackson is right to vent his anger on whatever he thinks is affecting him. And Sonnie Badu's comments, even though I think it's a bit one-sided, it holds some truth, but I believe that he should also understand where Michael is coming from. He should just put himself in Michael's shoes.
If it was him, say
yeah.
Let's go to the phone lines and speak to Edem Chichome. Edem, good morning.
Good morning. Please, can you kindly come up a little for me?
Is it better now?
Yeah, but I wish I can hear you louder.
If I'm to shout, I think you. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's better. Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you're doing well.
By the grace.
All right. I'm sure you. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure you've been following up on the whole Michael Blackson post on social media, and now we have our own man Sonnie Badu, who is saying that Like he believes that his comments will go a long way, like to sort of damage Ghana's international reputation. What are your thoughts on that? Do you agree with him?
Do I?
Do you agree with him?
Oh, certainly yes. I do agree with him. I mean, if you know the command Michael Blackson carries in terms of popularity, I mean, there is no way you wouldn't agree. And also, he's been, that's one of the things. Somebody comes to endorse you, and that same person is trying to, dent that endorsement. It's even stronger because he has experience and called on people to come home to the extent that he has become an example for others who want to come home. Looking at the investment he's made in the country in terms of, he has his own accommodation here. He comes home more often, within the year to organize a couple of events. The other side, he also has a school, which is free. So he's more or less a stakeholder in the country. So if he's inviting you to come and invest like he's done, you know that he has experienced it. So for that same person to come out and say that all the experience I've had is waste, don't go and experience it, it's more dangerous. That's where my fear is, And if you look at Beyond the Return, Beyond the Return has 7 pillars. And the 7 pillars are 1, experience Ghana. We have invest in Ghana, diaspora pathways to Ghana, celebrate Ghana, brand Ghana, give back to Ghana, promote Pan-African heritage and innovation. And this goes to the core of the second pillar, which is invest in Ghana. What does invest in Ghana say? Invest in Ghana says that this pillar will create special investment programs and ease of doing business for the diaspora. So, ease of doing business to the diaspora. Meaning, if you are doing business, they will create an enabling environment for you. And this is the case, this person is doing charity, and he's not even getting an ease of doing charity. How much more an ease of doing business? That is what will come to mind. Now, is it saying that there will be key initiatives like the Diaspora Investment Program, Sankofa Savings Account, and Diaspora Housing Schemes? If somebody who has experienced it is speaking against it, then it means this pillar is in trouble.
Yeah, and don't you think
all those who are going to refer to him as reference are going to have to think twice.
But
and
Adam,
also, what it also does is that it doesn't, put in confidence in the locals to further invest because, somebody came from outside and the person has experienced it. The locals are also experiencing it. So it will further cement their position. And it's going to create, bad image for our investment tourism drive in the outside. And I think that as a matter of urgency, there cannot be an effective tourism without talking about economy. If as a country we want to be very intentional, urge people to come and celebrate with us, we need to be very also intentional when it comes to looking at our economic environment, because that can also become like a fighting back spirit against all our efforts.
Right.
As inviting people. Look at the number of, people who have seen these posts, the number of stories which has come out of this. And like we say, the internet doesn't forget.
Yes,
so it's
but
always
Adam,
going to be a reference point.
Adam, don't you think obviously this is also as a result of how he feels? And just like Kwame said, we cannot
This is as a result of
how he feels. It's his money, and it's something he chose to, kind of invest in. And if this is how it's coming up, don't you think that he has the right to, sort of?
that one, he has the right to make Doreen.
Yes, Adam.
2022, I got mine. When I received my emails from my bankers, I went on social media, 6th December. I fired on social media. So I know I've had this experience. The only place you can feel you can feel like calm is after going to social media.
Right.
then
Right.
you feel like, what are we doing? So he has every right to vent. Because, I mean, some of us, when it happened to us, because, I mean, somebody who has bought a certain coupon rate, which he said it was at 10%. Now they say they are giving him about 1.95, and the 1.95 comes with even conditions.
Yeah.
And these conditions run between 5 to 15 years. And if you do not want to accept and you want to take your money, it's like you're not getting all your money.
Right.
Haircut comes in. I mean, it doesn't sound good for any investor to be in that position. So he has every right to vent. It's about, we saw pensioners, including the former Chief Justice, all hit the road, go on demonstration to express their frustration. Maybe he cannot do that. And this is the only way he can vent his plane.
Right. Adam, thank you so much for sharing. I want to make way for our listeners to also join the conversation. But thank you.
Make them for join. This one is pain,
Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you so much. That was Adam Techome with regards to that. And now it's time for me to actually pick phone calls from you as well, because I'm sure some of you, one way or the other, are going through it. But because you're not influential on social media, maybe we haven't seen or heard about you, or a family member, a friend has actually gone through this and would want your thoughts on it. But do you think in general that what Michael Blackson did on social media, on X, by actually posting what he felt or how he felt about Ghana being or damaging Ghana as a whole, what are your thoughts on it? I have Kobe on the line. Good morning, Kobe.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you doing, Kobe?
I'm doing good.
Right. I'm sure you've been following the conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was nearly hit by this thing, but I heard Isaac Adongo, who is an MP,
Okay.
talk about it, and I followed it and went to cancel my bonds with the EDC.
Oh.
So it didn't really hit me. I went to cancel it and
When was this?
this around 2022. Isaac
Right.
Adongo talked about it on Asempa from one of your radio stations.
Yes.
That this thing is about to happen and all that, but it's all part of the government mismanagement of the economy. Just imagine, as soon as they came, they went on a borrowing spree, which Kenoforiata, his own bank, which is the data bank, was a financial advisor to the government anytime they went for loans. Can you imagine? Just imagine Ken answer. It is your head, right? You see your head.
Oh.
Can answer having a cleaning
please,
service.
please.
And anytime multimedia wants cleaning services, he benefits from
No.
it.
You can't.
Completely.
No, but you can't use such words on him, please. You can't do that. I'm so sorry. I've had to take him off because I would not allow you to use our platform to use those words on anyone. I'm so sorry. About that. So you can also equally call to share in your thoughts on this. As I said, Sonnie Badu says that Michael Blackson's recent social media rants about his investments have damaged Ghana's international reputation. Do you agree with him on that? And if you have experienced it, or you know someone who has experienced it, how are they managing it, or how are they coping with it? You can call me on 0302-216-56807 or 0548 841-039, 0548-841-039 or 0302-216-56807. You can call me to share your thoughts on this. And Kwame, what I find quite interesting is that, in as much as Michael has come out to, put out what he wants to put out, I thought by now maybe some people who have also been affected by that would have come out to actually also, share their experiences or anything. So I don't know whether it's a fear or they just let it go, considering the fact that they can have it.
The courage to come out to complain or to speak up. So there are always the very few who are bold enough.
Kwame, please hold on a second. I have Thomas on the line. Good morning, Thomas.
Yeah, Doreen. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. I hope you're also doing well.
Very well, thank you.
Right. Please, I'm sure you've been following the conversation.
I have been following this conversation, not today.
Yeah,
and,
right.
It's just unfortunate. It's just very unfortunate that we have someone like Michael Blackson who has been hit so hard by this unforeseen event. Because imagine that you have funds that you can do more investment, that you feel that this is your home. You have to come and then invest and tell your friends that, oh, Charlie, why not? Come, help me. Let's build a nation together. And you find these things going on. I mean, what are we doing? In fact, sometimes when you sit down, you just ask yourself, is it good to be a Ghanaian or is it good to go somewhere? Now look at the influx of people who are just flying out of the country, and it looks like the leaders don't care. They just don't care. It's very annoying, and it's very, sometimes you sit down and then you don't know what is going on. Whether they care about us, they care about our nothing. Right as we speak, people are suffering just because of school fees. I'm telling you, I have a lot of friends who are calling and they cannot just pay their kids' school fees. But these are people who are working. What about people who are sitting at home? People having masters, whatever. They are home, they don't get what to do, and the leaders don't care. I mean, God, I don't know. So for me, honestly, sometimes I feel bad that I'm a Ghanaian.
Oh, don't feel bad, Thomas.
Yes, I feel bad about it. I'm telling you. Then I feel very bad because we can be here and make money, sit here. You can just go outside, take a rest, vacation, wherever, Europe, whatever, and come back. So nice. You don't need to know another. You don't need to know anybody in government before you be rich. At least the system should work so that once you work, you can make money and save and make your family happy. People are crying. You have members depend on you. They call you and you cannot help them. And
right, Thomas. Thank you so much. I have Theophilus on the line. Good morning, Theophilus.
Yeah, the name is Tiozi.
What?
Tiozi, DJ Tiozi.
Okay, all right, please. Go ahead with your submission.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And everybody in the studio.
Good morning.
My contribution is, I think this our government they try to give us. Because if someone will come and invest like this in the country and then you end up robbing the person like this, no. During if you myself, me, I go first. I go write by heart for social media. I go attack every leader we they involved. So Sonnie Badu know if he didn't we did our position, trust me. Instead we go write plenty. Because he can write something about some colleagues before. Say he be richer than this. How much more we go invest money like this into economy where they go robber? Hey, you know what it is. If you be me, you go pay me because the government don't they try. And they rob us too much. A contribution with that, though. Have a good morning.
Thank you so much for also sharing your thoughts on it. And you can also call me on 0302216568 or 7 or 0548841039. I want to hear your thoughts on this, whether you think what Michael Blackson wrote on social media has damaged Ghana's reputation. This is according to gospel musician Sonnie Badu. Do you agree with him? Do you not agree with him? If you do or you don't, I'm sure you can equally share your thoughts by calling me to share with me. And if you have any message with me, you can also message out there. You can actually send it via WhatsApp number and we'll read it. I have a few ones here. It says, Macbeth says, Obisi Kashi. What's the reputation? Shaking my head. Philip Salah says, hi Doreen, keep up your good works. Wishing you a happy, terrific Friday. The guy in the studio is speaking the truth. Big ups, and his name is Kwame Dadzi. He's the host of Showbiz A to Z on Joy FM, and yes, his voice is what you're listening to right now. And also, Enoch Ejin says, brilliant submission, Bra Kwame Dadzi. And I have Bright on the line. Good morning, Bright.
Good morning, Doreen.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm good. How are you too?
I am very well, thank you. I'm sure you've been following the conversation.
Yes,
right.
Doreen. In fact, this our government, seriously. People want to invest in Ghana, but they are scared, just like what's happening to Michael. I mean, it's unfortunate. And the other thing is, the other guy you took off, he wasn't actually using a foul word on Ken. He was actually referring to Ken Ansa as your head. I think his line was breaking up a bit, so you didn't hear him well.
Because I kept on hearing like the head, because I kept on...
No, he was asking if Ken Ansa is the head of your station.
Okay.
So he was trying to make an example that imagine Ken Ansa as the head of your station uses the name of the station too. Yes, that was what he's trying to say.
Okay, then it didn't come out well. It didn't come out well.
The line was breaking up, yes.
All right, sure. Thank you so much for that clarification for me.
Thank you too.
Yeah, all right.
All
right. So that was
he
right.
was citing an example.
An example. Oh, okay.
Yes,
so I also didn't hear it on that way. So it's not like, but I wouldn't also allow anyone to say anything bad with regards to anybody here. Do I have a call on the line? Right. Okay. So yes, you can equally call me 030221656807 or 0548841039. You can call me and share your thoughts. And if you have any message, you can drop it via social media pages or our WhatsApp number as well. And I'll read it right here on the show for you. I'm here with Kwame Darcy. Yes, he said more, but I mean, there's more. We're discussing why some people have not been able to gather that courage to equally come and share what they are going through if they have invested monies in the bonds. But so far, it's just Michael. And I mean, you hearing other stories, but they are not specifying that is that one. Sekina, is that Sekina? That's a lady.
Yes.
Hello. Hi,
Yes.
Sekina. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Doreen.
I'm sure you've been following the conversation.
Yes, I have.
Right. Go ahead.
I think Michael Blackson is right in every sense. Because if you invest your hard-earned money and at the end of the day, this happens to you, I'm sure you will not be okay. I have had my share of this experience with the collapse of some of the banks, so it's not easy. You have to follow up every time. But I am glad in the end I got my money without any returns. So at this particular moment, Ghana hasn't got any reputation because everything is not working. There is nothing working in this country anymore.
Right, Sekina. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing as well.
Thank you.
Right. You can also call me 030221656807 or 0548841039. Do you agree with Sonnie Badu that Michael Blackson's post on social media has damaged Ghana's reputation? So, Kwame, as you said, you were saying that some people
are always reserved. They don't come out even when they have been affected. And I think that attitude actually empowers the policymakers and the politicians to always do what they do. If you are in a country where things are affecting you, but because you want to massage the issue, you want the outside world to see Ghana in a very good light, you don't want to complain, we will keep being where we are right now. Because, you see, one language the policymaker, the leaders understand is taking action. When they see you are angry, they see you are fired up, and you want to let them know how you feel, that is when they try to change things for the country. But if you think that, if I do this, the outside world will see Ghana in a certain light,
Right.
They will think that we are not peaceful, we are not a good country. I don't know. But that attitude actually rather pulls us back. So I believe that we should behave like Michael Blackson. When something is not going on well in the country, speak up. When he came out to write the tweet, he mentioned that he spoke to somebody in government. The person said sorry. I'm even thinking that maybe somebody from the powers that be would call him,
and find a way yes, to maybe explain further.
Because if you see this person as influential, if you see him as an ambassador for Ghana, and he is. Because for a long time he's been preaching Ghana to the world.
He has been on platforms telling people about Ghana.
If truly you see him as such, you wouldn't even let this get to this point. So yeah, if you don't regard the influence he has, if you think he would just always go out there and say good things about the country, and when it goes against him, you still want him to keep quiet, then yeah, this will happen. And I don't blame him one bit for going out to say all that he said. The government is listening. They have heard all that he said.
They have read.
If truly they care about people like him and people in this country, those who are investing their hard-earned money into stuff like that, and for him, he's not even getting returns from the school. This is something that he's doing to help society. A country where we have challenges with education and all that, and one person says that I'm building a school. They shouldn't pay any fees. Free.
I'll buy uniforms. I'll feed them.
And imagine if these people who are going to his school were maybe taken to a government school. Government will at least commit to certain things because he's providing their books, everything for them.
Everything.
And for all you know, even where the school is, there are a lot of people who, before he put up the school there, were not even going to school.
Not that you think, of course. I
Yeah.
spoke to some of them who couldn't
So
afford
he's
fees.
taking education to a place where there wasn't.
Exactly.
And you can't treat somebody like that, in this manner. So yes, we should be speaking up. We should be like Michael Blackson. Whenever something goes wrong, don't say, oh, when I do it, they will think that the country is becoming unpopular and all that. No. People out there are also watching whichever ways, whether through the media, whether individuals venting on social media. We should do this and make sure that we put our country in the good light. Because if we don't, 1,000 years, we always come here to sit and complain. The people up there, they know the right things to do. And I wonder why they usually want us to push them before they do the right things. And we keep borrowing. Always borrowing. It will even surprise you that we even get money to support and to sponsor things that we call cultural policy. A policy that's supposed to guide our culture. The money is coming from a foreign entity. 2004 cultural policy was sponsored by German government. 2004, the one which is being reviewed, the money, $82,000, is from UNESCO. A cultural policy. A policy that's going to guide the culture that we have in this country. And money or sponsorship is coming from outside. How are you even going to be independent in shaping your culture? So everything from sports to governance to health to everywhere, we are taking aid from outside. How many years after independence and we're still taking aid? So much that because of the debts that we have from outside, people's investments are going waste. Yeah. Because you needed to go take money or to go into an agreement to get your debts, defrayed. So you have wasted somebody's Eurobond investment. Why do we do that?
It's sad. I don't know, but I'm sure in the coming days, I won't be surprised if Michael comes back.
What's happening to country beyond aid?
I don't even know.
But we still need aid.
Yes.
Are we truly independent when we are depending on foreign donors almost every time?
Kwame, it's like somebody you say, like the listeners who have called in so far.
When individuals
nothing is
are
working.
taking so much as salaries, as allowances, individuals are milking the country. Just a few people milking the country dry. And we still go out every day to go take money. We have all the resources. People are polluting our environment. Galamsey is ongoing. And we've leased our lands to foreigners to come and destroy. We go back and take monies to enrich ourselves and our individuals and our families.
It's sad, but let me say a very, very big thank you to the great producers. I mean, the great minds, the great man behind this production, Mr. Hagla, Nana Kwame Labi, Fly Nima Boy, Paul, DJ Bradash Fidelis, and we are so grateful for all of that. But before I wrap it all up, what's your favorite color? Some of you don't. When we even say color, they don't know color.
We don't know. We don't know.
Colors really.
This
is Hitz.